Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, November 15th, 2015. Rosie in Chicago, Illinois, USA. It is about 12:30 a.m. on the 15th, and I'm going to try to get 3.5 hours sleep before I have to get to O'Hare Airport and catch my early morning flight back to California. And I know I'm not in my usual chooching outfit, but I have a little bit of a touch of a sore throat tonight, so I'm going to try to get a few hours sleep and just tell everybody. Just a couple messages here as I wrap up in Chicago, Illinois. First of all, I want to thank Marshall for being a wonderful host here at Mr. X, not only for the wonderful transportation service he provided to me, but the chance to have a new friend here in Chicago, Illinois, albeit a silent partner in good deeds, which I really like, but a gentleman's gentleman, and for somebody to seek out Marshall in his kind of darkest days of being not the most loved guy on YouTube and befriending him and suddenly trying to start steering him in the course of maybe being a better YouTube person. Mr. X, you were phenomenal. I treasured every single minute that I spent with you at Winged Bull headquarters there in the 20-foot reinforced concrete bunker and that bitter cold wind working on the Lisa Marie. You were awesome. To the gang at A1 Automotive and Towing down in Morrisville, Illinois, for opening your home and your shop to Marshall and I, and coming down and, believe it or not, Marshall had a great idea on how to do a hack to have his microwave mounted in the a safe mounting position in the microwave. And you know what? A1 made that happen with the engineering and construction of that to do that. That's the kind of people they are. So a special thanks to Tim McKenna and, of course, the lovely Laurie. You can't ask for a more understated and sweet gal than that. You talk to Laurie and you command her 100% attention when, she's focused on you, which I think is such a beautiful thing in the world today. Don't ever change, Laurie. And for handsome Jesse and Josh there in the shop, we had a lot of laughs yesterday and some really good times. Guys, in the last month, I have expanded my YouTube people I've met to almost ridiculously large proportions. And people have texted me and said, God damn, Rosie, where are you going to end up? Where are you going to pop up next year? Just the kind of crazy bitch that hops on a plane and doesn't think anything about flying 4, 6, 8 hours to just show up somewhere and do your thing. Well, the Rosie girl loves to travel, and the Rosie girl loves to be with people. A special shout out to my good friend Missy. Well, let me just say Missy Jen for allowing me to embark on this. I did have some coursework here to finish up. It's not a degree course. It's not a matriculating course to go in and sit with 30 or 40 other students to take a test. It's continuing medical education. Okay, it's a proctored examination specifically designed for people that come out of town on the holidays to take an examination when their facilities are closed so that they can come in and get their certifications they need for advanced patient management and clinic flow at the University of Chicago, the social administration department there, and thank them for having a great course. And of course, University of Chicago is one of the homes, along with UCSF, Harvard, and Johns Hopkins, one of the great medical institutions in the United States. I'm grateful to have that certification. I'm assuming I passed, so it'll mean the difference between topping up my my salary next year, really moving me towards top retirement here, and I'm happy for that, the chance to do that, and then combine that with a decision to spend some time with Elvis Marshall here on the channel, and it's been the last 4 months have been up and down with Marshall, and just to be able to have a chance to sit down with him and talk and say, time out. Where are you going here? What do you want to accomplish with your channel? People are getting hurt. People are hurting you. Where does it end? And just to take a shot to jump in and intervene here. And I knew on Wednesday when I put up that afternoon Chooch and said, Rosie in Chicago, that it would just be a lot of people with their hearts would sink. Well, after a couple days, people's hearts started to rise again, and I really appreciated that. So to Missy Jen, my partner, I want to thank you so much for honey, for, crazy Rosie and my IDs and things like that. You never questioned, you never debated, you just said go and do what you think that you have to do. I like Marshall too, and please see if you can get that on a good track. For all of your wonderful support, I love you. And the people like Nicole G, the friends that have, took a chance and crossed over with me to take a chance on turning a new leaf on stuff like that. It's not easy in life, but the payoff might not always be there. But there's so many times in YouTube where if we have a falling out with somebody, the pain can just continue and intensify, and we find ourselves not just disliking that person, but actually going to war with that person. And, in a war, nobody really loses at the end of it. So for people to take a chance on, Marshall, who I consider my friend, and just say, this is the way it can be, and some of the great hangouts we had over the last 3 and 4 days, I want to thank everybody that participated in that. I'm not naive. I mean, I've been roundly bashed on one person's chat as an enabler and a stupid person and a person that doesn't understand stuff. I'm more of a student of people than you may understand. But I'll tell you what, I sleep better at night on YouTube knowing that at least I tried to do something to make things a little better, as versus just letting things roll along and seeing people I care about torn apart and tearing people apart, and not doing things to bring people together. It's not always the drama and the really fighting and screaming that always has to be the thing to carry the day. This was a rather low-key visit with Marshall. Over the next week or so, you'll see lots of video as I sat down and did two 15-minute interviews with Marshall to understand some of the dynamics that make him tick. I've done hangouts with Marshall. I've been a foodie with Marshall. I've done just about everything that you can do, working on the Lisa Marie and doing the improvements, doing things to try to create an indebted feeling on the part of Marshall that, yeah, you do owe something to people in this community, and I think that he will pay it forward. I hope so. There's no guarantees in life. Things blow up sometimes, things work, but we never know. But I want to thank everybody that took a shot and came over. And if you see it in your hearts to be supportive, if you see things go off the rail, intervene and, step in there and say, you know what, you're sliding off course for that. But I have a feeling that now, knowing how many people really care and are willing to put the past behind and move forward, we'll see. Like I said, we can either try to make the community a positive community going forward, or we can sit there and have the drama of tearing people apart and hoping against hope for failure and things like that. So, from Chicago, Illinois, I want to thank everybody for being part of this wonderful trip. The city of can't hardly talk. The city of Chicago has been amazing. It is a wonderful town. It is a town that demands a lot more exploration and attention, something I hope to give in the future. So to everybody in Chicago that met me and did things to make this happen and helped us, from RV shops and propane dealers and hardware stores and big box dicks that helped us, I want to thank all of you for the things that you've done to make this such a dynamic and exciting 4 days. You can say a lot about that Rosie O'Kelly and the YouTube experience. But one thing you can't say is it's never boring. All right, guys, thanks so much for being along. And next time I see you, we'll be in the rancho in the state of California. Thanks, everyone.